Right. All right. Welcome to the student organization reopening town hall meeting. A couple things we're going to go over today. What your organization is going to look like in the fall. A lot of questions have come up about meeting space. Can our entire group meet in a classroom or inside a facility? What are programming restrictions and requirements for the fall? Are we still able to collaborate with other organizations? We'll have answers to all these questions and more. And if your questions are still not answered, you can reach out to myself or David Day in the Center for Student Development. So without further ado, I'm just going to go over a quick presentation. Just share the screen here. Oops. And we'll go over just, again, some ideas that have been talked about in our kind of reopening student organizations for the fall. So one thing we've talked about is just a fall lookout today, what we're expecting groups to do. Some of the restrictions we're seeing on campus might limit maybe some of your program size, your meeting sizes. We have solutions for that. And again, just giving some ideas as to still, being safe, practicing social distancing, but still getting the most out of your organization. Next, I'll go over our virtual activities fair. We can't actually host a large activities fair on campus. It's exceeding the realm of our crowd size, so to speak, right? So we're really limiting the number of people gathering for events. So what we're asking groups to do is to create a small message for students to see, yourself as a president, what your mission of your organization is, and again, to kind of get them to come join your group. Next, we're going to ask you guys to start meeting with your kind of returning eBoard members, and again, recruitment-wise, what that's going to look like. Again, we'll have a virtual activities fair starting on the 2nd of September. That'll go for about a few weeks. So again, if you send us a video, sending us information you want to send out, we're going to compile that into an email with other groups on campus to, again, just kind of getting members to just join your organization. And the last thing I'll go over is the club renewal packet. That's just going to be a simple Google form this year. It's laid out just kind of with the basic information. So again, you'll be asked to update your president, advisor, bylaws, list of eBoard members, but just give us an idea, rough estimate of budget-wise what you're looking to spend, listed items, as well as anything you want to, or if you have any ideas of retaining any money coming in. So if that's fundraising, you're raising money for a charity or a cause outside of your organization, if you're planning on doing it, let us know in that form. So without kind of delaying anymore, taking a look at the fall outlook. So one thing we want to stress is less is more. We want quality ideas. We want to, again, look at impactful things for your organization. So things are going to benefit your members. Think about that when you're thinking about programming. It doesn't necessarily have to be for the entire campus. You could just bring in speakers or have Zoom speakers for different various, if you're a academic program or an academic sponsored group that has definitely a field that's progressing, and you want to bring in somebody from the area or do a Zoom meeting and speaker wise, by all means feel free to do that. These are things that will benefit your members, will give them an idea of what it's like to be in the field. But we also want to take a look at, if you're doing more social events and gatherings, to take a look at, again, our limit size in the areas that we have on campus, and to really kind of maybe push those outside or in a virtual space. So we'll ask students to take a look at, especially for service, if you can. It's not necessarily going to be a strong requirement, but if you do a service, to make that outdoors or even in a virtual space. And if you're going to host or sponsor an event, we're only asking you to do one. But again, it doesn't have to be for the entire campus. It could just be for your organization to benefit your members, right? And that could be, in a campus classroom with like a Zoom link component to it, or it could be an outside space. We have large, big white tents outside to kind of shelter groups from any weather around campus. So again, we want to take advantage of some of these things that we have physically on campus, and again, to kind of help us manage some of our space here. The next thing, we're going to have, instead of just a regular activities fair, have a virtual activities fair. So what we're going to need from student groups, and this will be an email going out Monday with our club renewal packet, but what we need is an updated contact list of each group. So what we'll ask for each group to kind of participate in this virtual activities fair is the name of the advisor and president of that group, just a small mission statement, and then to make like a 30-second video on explaining what your organization has done in the past, why someone would be interested in joining your group now, and what some of your goals are moving forward. Again, just a quick introductory thing. Think of it as like a sales pitch to get someone interested in your group. These will be tied into an email block that will be sent out. Students will be able to watch videos of all of our active groups on campus. And if they're interested in joining, they'll have the opportunity to select a button underneath that video, and an email will be sent to the president of that organization. So we're really leaving this up to our student leaders, you as presidents, to follow up with these names. These are students that are interested. They're reaching out in a way. So one thing I'll stress and I'll say is, students, make sure you are taking advantage of technology. You are using our email, Zoom resources, Canvas, Presence, Starfish, all of our technology components on campus to reach out to your students. And again, if you're having issues maybe scheduling rooms, meeting spaces, we can help you with that. A couple of things we'll suggest is, again, utilizing the big white tent. We have larger spaces like SC 101 or the Ryan room on campus we can utilize. And those rooms also have Zoom capabilities. So if you have a group that meets regularly that, let's say, is 25, 30 students, we'll ask you to split that number in half, and the half of your students can meet in person and the other half can meet on Zoom, just like your classroom does. So this is not, we're not out of shutting organizations down. We still want everybody to meet. We want your group to grow and to develop just as it's been doing in the past. We're not going to let COVID kind of slow down our operations here. But we need to know from you guys what your needs are and met. So moving forward, again, talking about meetings, I just covered this. We're going to do a kind of a hybrid, just like your classes, in person / on Zoom. Again, room capacity is down to about 50%. So again, we got to watch, depending upon what room you want, might not be the room you can have. So if you're always used to meeting in a classroom space, because let's say your major always meets in that classroom number and it's just convenient, it might not work. So we might have to move your organization around into a different space so everyone can fit. But again, we want to make sure we're meeting those needs. So if you need a space on campus, if you want to utilize the big white tent or outside space, reserve tech equipment for outside, whether it's a large screen, a projector, speakers, come down to the student development, email myself or David Day. We can help you with that. And also, speaking about recruitment, one thing, our goal this summer in the student development office was to reach out to new students coming in. See where their interests lied, see what organizations they were interested in. So we utilized some of the groupings that we've gathered between Open House and the student kind of club list that students were involved in high school, and gave them a list to choose from. So these were active groups within the last 5 years of our institution's history, and with essentially the group name and a mission statement. And so a lot of groups may have had 2 members as a minimum, but some groups have roughly 11, 12, 13 members interested in that organization. So if you're interested in seeing that list, getting that list emailed to you, make sure that you are registering your group. Once you've registered for that virtual activities fair, you'll be sent that list. That is kind of your first, let's say, round of members to recruit for your organization. And from that fair, you'll gather more names. So again, we want to make sure groups are kind of starting off strong, gathering up members that will help, creative programming ideas, and to kind of develop their process throughout their mission statement, right? The last thing I'll go over today is the club renewal packet. It'll be available next Tuesday, so August 25th. What we're asking groups to have in this renewal packet is just an updated contact list. So who the president or primary contact is, who the current advisor is for the group, a list of members, preferably if you just give us a list of e-board members in the contact list, that's fine. Bylaws, and then to fill out the budget request form. And again, all that form is now is how much funds you need to function as an organization this year, as well as if you're looking to fundraise or pick up any more money throughout the year for charities or anything else. Next, I'm just going to show you, this is what the form will look like that will be sent out next week. This is our student organization renewal packet. As you can see, there's multiple people with SGA or student development that you can reach out to if you have any questions with this packet. But essentially, you'll go through the packet and you'll fill out information. Again, very similar to what we're used to seeing between student organization name, your mission statement, who the primary student contact is, advisor, and then just moving forward with the form. It's very easy. We want to make sure that clubs are renewing in an easier process. Again, we want to make sure clubs aren't delayed in any way starting off. We want to make sure that you guys have the right resources and capabilities available to you. Right. If anybody has any questions after watching this video, please feel free to reach out to myself or David Day in the Center for Student Development. Our contact is at the bottom of the email that this video was connected to. Again, take a look at the renewal packet. Again, if you have any questions with that, let us know. And again, to participate in the virtual activities fair, send us your updated contact list, so your name of the president, advisor, name of organization, and mission statement, as well as just a quick, it could even be a 10-second video, just introducing yourself, talking about your organization, and what your goals are for the year. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out, come down to student development. We're open. We want to see you guys. And we're looking forward to some of the creative ideas you might have that you want to pull off this semester. So take care. Bye.